Hey guys, it's ShockFang15 here, and welcome back to another video. Um, this is the Christian video I talked about earlier, and this is basically just going to talk about the basics and the, like, why I believe in it, and also I'm going to explain, as far as I know, what Christianity is, and if you guys, I'm going to say it right now, if you guys have any questions, no matter who you are, about Christianity or anything about it, or anything about like why I believe in it, then feel free to ask it. Just don't be. It's okay to be a critic. Like criticism is always good, but don't be a destructive critic. Be a constructive critic. If that makes any sense. Basically, don't be a hater. uh, I was gonna write a script for this, but I just kind of wanted to speak from my heart. Well, that, and I'm also lazy, but I wanted to speak from my heart. Um, and I'm sorry if like the scenery changes behind me, or like yeah, if all of a sudden the audio gets really weird or the video gets really weird. I'm probably gonna be moving around a lot, maybe. Um, I might even try to include some like Minecraft Let's Play or something in here. Because this video is going to take a while to make for everything I have planned. Um, I might split it up just to not make it long, but yeah. So bear with me. I'm gonna start off with the basics, what most people already know. Um, and then I'm gonna kind of get deeper into it, like why Christians choose to believe in that instead of something else. Um, Everybody has their own different reasons, but it's all kind of for the same reason. It's really weird. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Um, Basically, as you guys know, the Bible says that in Genesis, like chapter 1, 2, 3, um, around those chapters, yeah. Um, God created the heavens and the earth, and He created everything that was in it, and that's what I believe, because um, I just kind of have seen proof of it. I don't like. I know there's no way to word this without somebody gonna leave a hateful comment, but like I just don't see any other way for it. It just seems like the most sensible um, thing that could have happened to the age-old question, like the biggest question in the universe. What, like, how did we get here, basically? Um, and that's what I personally believe. Now, there are actually quite a few religions that believe that exact same thing, but Christianity is revolved around a man named Jesus. A man. Um, he was sent down to earth. He is the Son of God, basically, and this is where it gets really weird, like weird to explain and hard to explain. But that's the thing. You can't explain it. You can't explain some of it because it even says in the Bible he's infinite. Like he is so much bigger than we could ever even think of. Like we can't comprehend like I'm not talking about size, but just like mind, I guess. He see, this is why it's hard to explain. Um he's just like grand, I guess. And basically there's a Old Testament and a New Testament, as many of you know. In the Old Testament, it talks about before Jesus Christ was sent down to earth, and basically it was in the beginning, everything was perfect. And then Satan came in and he tempted Eve, and she fell into the temptation. And then she tempted Adam with her, and so God cursed them and cursed all of their offspring, which are us, everybody in the world, and basically we were like, that's why we have to do work for our food and for our clothes and for everything else. That's why women have pain when they're in labor. So basically, after all that happened, um, Cain killed Abel, and he was like the first murderer, and everybody after him was cursed also. And then Noah, I think, is as from what I remember, Noah is the next guy. No? Hold on, I'll be right back. So then Noah comes in, and this is where a lot of people have said to me, I've heard of many people ask me this: why would God kill so many people in the time of Noah? You have to understand that the people at that time, they were all murderers, rapists, liars, thieves. They were the worst type of scum ever, basically. And there was only one guy and his family members who were good, and they were only good because they worship God. Like, that's okay. A lot of you are gonna be like, why would he only be good if he's only worshiping God? That's not what I mean. He was worshiping God, and because he was worshiping God, he was good. By following God, he was good in terms of, like, no matter what you believe in, he was a good man. So, well, I guess ISIS wouldn't, I don't know. But yeah, Noah was basically this beacon of light, and so God wanted that to carry down. So he erased everybody except Noah, and he sent the flood, and then he made a promise to never flood again, which is why the next time it'll be with fire. You're like, oh no, there's gonna be next time, the whole world's, yeah, it is. Um, well, no, it's not. It's not going to be covered with fire. It's going to be, as far as what I've read, um, it's going to be basically heaven will come down into earth, and they will become one, and it will be a paradise. And those who were like the bad people in Noah's time will be sent to hell. And that's basically what'll happen. But we don't know when that'll happen. That's why Christians, that's one of the many reasons that Christians try to be good and try to be loyal to God. Okay, I'm going to talk about the biggest thing for all Christians basically now. I'm sorry, I've been holding that too close to my face. So now here comes the big guy. Jesus himself. So basically, Jesus comes in and he changes everything. He starts defying what most people believed in, and everybody was like there were some people who just went with him, like they knew he was the guy, and the reason they went with him is because the prophets, like there were prophets before their time appointed by God himself that said Jesus is coming, Jesus is coming. Like they didn't say specifically Jesus, but they said a man is coming, in the form of God, or God is coming in the form of man. And so, like, that's what half of the Old Testament is about, is God coming down in the form of a man. And it's just prophets prophesying about him, basically. And man, have you guys seen The Passion of Christ? It's a powerful movie. It's There's some parts that are not accurate, I do admit, but they're boy. So basically, a lot of you know about this, whether you're Christian or not. What, like, even history says it. Like, if you look back into history, like if you go to museums or something, I don't know, you'll know that there was actually a man named Jesus who was crucified. And that's even more evidence. Like, a lot of people say that they know that there was a man named Jesus, but that doesn't prove anything. It really, I mean, it really does, especially if he came back from the dead after 3 days. A spoiler alert. Jesus got beaten, like hardcore beaten, um by Romans. Like, if you've read any, like, have you if you guys have read any of the Percy Jackson books, even, or if you've read like Julius Caesar, or if you've looked into Roman history at all, you'll know that the Romans were brutal. They were brutal. Or if you've seen 300, for that matter, Romans were brutal. Imagine getting tortured by them. He got tortured for a long time before he got put on the cross. And man, like, you have to imagine, like, he probably had, it probably got really graphic. Like, he really probably had skin and flesh just hanging off. And it's hard to imagine that somebody would go through that. Like, somebody would choose to go through that, because he chose to go through that. Like, it's insane. And then the day comes where he is crucified. He's put on the cross. And this is one big reason for me why I believe, and one big reason for many, many Christians. He went through all of that suffering just to give us a chance to be in paradise, basically. And so basically, after all that, they nailed his palms to the cross, probably one nail through each palm, and then they intertwined his feet, not intertwined, but, like, laid one over the other, and then put a nail through both of them, just one nail through both. And you gotta imagine the pain that guy went through, man. And like, that's one of the many reasons that I believe is because he went through all of that pain just for us. And you ask, like, well, how do you know that was real? I know it was real. First of all, the Bible says it. Second of all, history says it. History says it itself. And it's like, some people say, well, history also says that dinosaurs were real. There's no dinosaurs in the Bible. Yes, there are. Have you heard of the Leviathan? But, yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of different people in the world. But, yeah. So basically, I'm going to give you my story. A quick relapse of my story. Basically, I was born and raised in a Christian family. And until about the age of 14 maybe, yeah. 14, I was devout Christian, but around the age of 14, midway through 15, I was kind of just, like, going through a bad time and I didn't believe in anything. Like I don't know. It was just a weird time for me. And but then I met this youth group called Sunset Youth Group. It was a youth group at a church called Sunset here in the town I live in. And I started going there, and it helps me little by little to get better. And I started learning life lessons through good times and bad times with them, and it's been really good. But I know what it feels like not to believe, I guess. And so you guys think I'm saying this just from a prejudice, like one straight line view of you were born and raised in a Christian family, blah blah blah. But I mean, I also went through a time where I didn't believe, and this is kind of hard for me to say because I know that maybe my parents will watch this video, and boy, that'll be an interesting discussion. But yeah, it's over now. I'm in a happy place now. I mean, YouTube is getting better. It's one of my favorite hobbies, even though I suck at it. My Christian life is better, and because my Christian life is better, my actual life is better. I was saying in a failed attempt at this video that I almost forgot to say. Basically, everything the Bible tells you to do or not to do is for your own good. It's so stupid. Okay. Now that I said that, there's going to be a lot of people just screaming at me in the comments. If you're watching this and you disagree with me, I think it's wrong that people believe that the rules of Christianity are too strict and too crazy, I guess. But they're not. Like, they're for your own good. If you think about it, any rule of Christianity is for your own good. Like, no cussing, no drugs, no. But yeah, I've never had to think about like no drugs or drinking though. Like, it's like such a stupid thing to do. I just think it's not worth it in terms of health. I'll never try it. At least I hope, but I don't think I ever will. But my dogs are like running out in the hall. The Bible tells you what to do and what not to do for your own good. Like, I've said this over and over again already, but I find it weird whenever people say that the Bible tells you things to do for stupid reasons or things not to do for stupid reasons. Like, even if it's something that you do in private or something that you do in public, like, let's just say if it's something that you do in private, it'll start affecting your public life. And if it's something you do in public, it's something that'll affect your private life. And like, if one goes bad, or if you start doing one, the other one will go bad. They'll both go bad. Trust me, I've been there. I've been in a lot of situations already, and I'm only 16. But yeah. So a lot of people also don't like Christians because they think we're too judgmental. And I think you're right. I mean, but the thing is, that's not what we're supposed to be. But that's the other thing. We're not perfect, and we don't think we're perfect. If you ever meet a Christian that thinks they're perfect, they're wrong. I mean, that's probably one of their flaws, is they're too prideful. But I mean, the Bible says don't judge, so people shouldn't judge. I have a problem with judging, so trust me, it's a big problem. And the Bible also says love your neighbor as you would love yourself. And I mean, that sounds kind of like old agey, but it's not. It's very modern. Because if you treat someone the way you want to be treated, the most likely outcome is that you will be treated the way you want to be treated. So, and even if you aren't, you're still doing good for that person. And so, I don't know. But it's kind of like that saying, "Be the good you want to see." In this, you be the good you want to see. Yeah, kind of like that. But some people portray Christians as like hateful, racist, sexist. We're not any of that. We think of people, or at least there are some Christians who, I don't know why, but they are sexist and racist and stuff, and I don't know why. But they need to get their head straight because they're not, like, I don't know. But we think of people equally, we think of everybody equally, we try not to judge. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little too close to the camera. We try not to judge. But I mean, everybody makes mistakes. Christians make mistakes. We're not perfect. Yeah. I want to show you guys something real quick. I made a picture for a contest. Sorry, I keep getting way too close to the camera. I made a picture for a contest, and it's of me and Jesus. It's great. It's pure gold. Hold on. Okay. There it is. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, basically this was just kind of a introduction video. I know I was kind of all over the place with what I said and what I was doing in the video, but I hope I kind of explained some things to you guys just to make them clear. And if you have any questions at all, please do not be afraid to ask me. But as I said in the beginning, don't be hateful. Ask them with respect. I mean, be respectful. Don't just be super hateful, because it's stupid. But yeah, I'll try to be respectful back. Sometimes I do get angry whenever I start discussing, and if I do, just tell me to calm down, because yeah. But thank you guys for watching. The next video like this will be out in like 3 days. Wait, tomorrow's The Division, day after that, no, tomorrow's Minecraft, the day after that is Division, day after that, so 3 days, yeah. I'll see you guys then with this, so peace.